Okay, okay. So we are starting. Okay, as I said, guys, please let me know what makes you a perfect test state. What makes you a complete test automation engineer? We all are here to learn AI-based Playwright test automation. So so I would like to know what is your expectation to make yourself a perfect estate. Okay, can I get some responses, guys? Okay, Anuradha, I will pick one by one and let's say, Anuradha, what do you think? Which qualities are required? You can just ping, just say you need to have Playwright, you need to know Playwright. You can say you need to know some programming language, you need to know CI/CD pipelines, uh, you need to know how to use AI, how to use coding assistant, right? You need to know how Jenkins or CI/CD pipelines work, or you need to know GitHub Actions. So I want these answers from your end. Okay, what makes a perfect estate? What things you think that you should know? Okay, let's start with Anuradha.
I want to know about the JavaScript
Okay,
from
you want
yours.
to know? Okay, JavaScript. Okay, fine. So JavaScript is just the starting point. Fine, that's okay. How about you, Nilesh? Nilesh, am I audible? Okay, Nilesh. Uh, okay, let's go with Prashant.
Uh, I think first thing is a requirement analysis to understand how to uh, how to analysis that requirement and understand the complete requirement and how to test and other things.
Right. Okay. So, means right, rightly pointed, Prashant. So, first thing is how you can get the requirements, how you can analyze the requirements. So, for that, uh, so that based on the requirements, you will be creating your test cases, scenarios, or your automation. Right. So, requirement analysis is very important. Based on requirement, you can define what will be your functional test, what will be your performance test, which test you cannot automate, which you cannot, uh, or I can say which are component level tests, what goes with the integration testing, what goes with there are different types of testing in each environment. How you will, what will be your plan, what will be your strategy, right? Absolutely, that's true. So requirement analysis is one phase. Okay, for that first you should know what is automation. Sorry, what is testing, where testing comes from, what is your role when you perform testing, right? So this all things are required. Okay, fine. Okay, what else? Anuradha said programming. So let's say we want to learn JavaScript. We should know JavaScript. Okay, that is one. Requirement analysis second. Okay. Prashant, go ahead. I think you can go ahead. You can tell your expectation, and then we can go to the roadmap. Prashant, if you can unmute and tell what do you think other things are required.
I think
Okay, one is requirement, one is programming, that is JavaScript. Fine. What else?
if I remember, I can speak. Uh,
So
yes,
fine. So it is like
okay.
you will need to know Playwright, right? Some tool, some
Yes.
automation tool. So here we have already chosen tool as a Playwright, right? So three things. Fine. Then what else? Okay, let me pick somebody else. Yuvraj, Yuvraj.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Yuvraj.
Currently, my background is Java as a web developer. I work there in DYP Group, Kolhapur.
Okay.
I
Okay.
want to upskill my knowledge and other options like I know Java better, WordPress options, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. I know very well, but upskill my knowledge up to from Selenium and Playwright with the help of AI.
Okay. So you already know Selenium, or how is it?
No, it's a little bit, like a partially perform some pop-up related informations or other. Currently in
Okay.
my company, one ERP is implementation, so I'll be
Okay.
work there.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. So do you have any background about testing? Do you know anything about testing?
Currently, no, sir.
Okay. Okay. No worries. Fine. Fine. That's fine. I will make sure you know everything by end of the course. Fine.
Okay.
So let's go with Nilesh. Nilesh, I would like to know some. Yes, I think you are on. You are unmuted now. Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Nilesh.
I have some theoretical knowledge on Selenium. I just want to switch my career. Actually, my means experience is from telecom background. So I want to switch my career in my.
Mhm.
So for this means if you want to means know what we need to become an estate, at least we will require one program language,
Okay.
one cloud technology,
Okay.
and I guess domain knowledge as well on which project we supposed to work,
Okay. Great. Mhm.
and some means project management tool, let's say Jira or any other tool. So that's what I need. Means I know at this point.
Okay. Great. Great. So fine. Fine. So one question, Nilesh. So when you say cloud, right? So what do you mean by that?
Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes. I just know the theoretical part of it. I haven't really worked on any of this. I just
Okay.
know that we require. Actually, I have given some interviews, so
Mhm.
they are asking me about all this technology. So I'm just trying to learn from on like what all of this.
Okay, okay, great to know that. But let me correct you. Okay, so Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, this is not a cloud. Okay,
Hmm.
when we actually say cloud, so we are talking about Amazon, AWS, okay, or
Okay.
I can say GCP, or Azure DevOps, not DevOps particularly, Azure services. Okay, so
Okay.
these are the cloud services. There are many, Alibaba is there and whatnot. There are many cloud services. Uh, okay, so those are cloud services. Okay, where we
Okay.
can host our server, or we can use space to keep our data or keep our images. Any kind of data, everything is kept nowadays. Everything is happening through cloud. Okay, so so cloud is different, and these tools, right? So these tools are, we can say, these are in a way these are DevOps tools. Okay, so
Okay.
when we talk about CI/CD pipelines, let's say GitHub Actions. Okay, then
Yes.
you said Docker, then Kubernetes. These are DevOps tools. So these are tools which helps us to maintain any web service uh, which we have deployed. Or let's say if you want to scale something, then how we can use Kubernetes to scale your application. How we can have one application instance of one application into more than one. Okay, so for all those purposes, we use this cloud and related technologies. So cloud is different. These tools are different. Yeah. Okay. So see. Okay. So just I wanted to get the inputs from you guys where we are. Again, I'm switching back to Asavari. What are your expectations from this? Okay. What are your expectations? Yes. What all things will make you a perfect estate, or a person who is qualified to be, um, or get interviewed and get selected?
To become a good automation tester, we need to have the basic programming language, automation tools, testing framework, CI/CD pipeline, Git, API testing, like that. So,
Right. Okay.
problem solving and debugging skills,
Okay. Great.
MCP
Okay.
servers, and all.
MCP servers, you said.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. No worries. Fine. Okay. I think anybody wants to contribute to this? Anyone? Manoj, Saurabh, Srushti, whether you want to contribute anything to this? Prashant, you want to give another try if we are missing something? Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, guys, no problem. See, I want to give you a complete roadmap. Okay, so before that, I just wanted to know what are your expectations, what you want to learn, and whether those expectations will be fulfilled by our roadmap or not. Okay, so let me reveal our roadmap to you guys. Let me share my screen. Give me a minute. Let me share my screen. Again, I need to go back. Okay, okay. I hope my screen is visible for all, right? Guys, it will be great if you say yes or something so that I can understand it.
Yes, it's visible, sir.
It's visible, right? Okay. Okay. Fine. So see, this course will last for 40 days. Okay. But 20 days, every alternate day, we are going to have our class or we will learn together. As I said, this is a cohort, right? So cohort means that we are here to learn together, and I will guide you guys what to learn, what not to learn, what mistakes not to do, what to avoid. See, when we are learning something, it is very important what not to learn. Okay, what not to is more important than what not to learn. Okay, so I hope I have not confused you guys, but let me walk you through. So day one, we are okay. So we have 20 days. So day one, we have JavaScript fundamentals. Day two, it's again modern JavaScript and OOPS concepts. Day three, we have async JavaScript and TypeScript. So first 3 days will in our first 3 days. See, here we are not here to learn or to become expert into any programming language. Okay, we are here so that we can create a robust framework. I can say industry level robust frameworks. Okay, so I will be teaching you guys everything which is required to create a robust framework. Fine. So agenda for first 3 days we will be covering programming. Okay, so basic programming and type JavaScript and TypeScript. When I'm saying this basic programming, I expect you guys to have a basic knowledge about programming. Okay, so these 3 days we will be refreshing what you guys need to learn. See, if you want to become a developer, okay, so it is like we learn some language. Okay, and when we learn some language, either we can learn some tools to become a developer, or we can some different tools to become an automation tester. Okay, so let me give an example. So let's say you want to become a full front-end engineer. Okay, so to become a front-end engineer, you have to know what is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right? And these are the basic. HTML, CSS, JavaScripts are very basic, and on top of that, you have to learn some framework. So let's say you want to create some web applications using React. So React is your framework. When you learn React, you become a front-end engineer. Okay, so there are many things to learn, but I'm telling you the technologies to learn. Okay, because it is like your programming skills, the framework you learn will be only 20% of what actual job you do. There are many other tools which you have to learn to become a proper IT engineer or software engineer. Okay, so it is like HTML, CSS, JavaScript is basic. If you learn React with it, you become a developer. If you learn, let's say, Playwright with it, then you become a test automation engineer. So programming is very basic. Okay, so first 3 days here, don't expect that I will be teaching you like I am not teaching you programming. Okay, I am just refreshing your knowledge. What needs to be a programmer, that knowledge will be refreshed in these first 3 days. Okay, does that make sense, guys? Okay, fine. And the most important part, okay, so I see many developers who are already working, even the people who are just passing out from their college, or so they don't know about Git. Okay, so this is very basic. I will say, if you are a developer, you should know Git and GitHub. This is the fundamental part which everyone should know. Okay, so one entire day I have devoted for the Git and GitHub, because if you build something, see, you have to become a marketable, right? So you have to market yourself, and how you can market yourself? You can create your projects, you can upload them to GitHub, right? And then you can showcase those projects, and then you become a marketable entity, right? So I want you all to know Git and GitHub very well. Now let me tell you, in one day, that is in 2 hours, obviously we will not be able to cover entire Git. Okay, but what is required for you to become, or it is like तुम्हाला त्याची भीती नाही वाटली पाहिजे. Okay, so you must be comfortable. What are those things which will make you comfortable to handle Git and GitHub? Those things will be covered in this 2 hours session. Does that make sense? Okay, so that you are, it is like you will not be afraid of it. It is like when some task will be given to you to make changes or merge code, or rebase it, or there are many things. Okay, to create some new branch, then you will be comfortable to do those stuff. Okay, so that much knowledge, that much knowledge will be given to you for Git and GitHub. Okay, so next is software testing fundamentals. See, many of you are here who are not from software background. Okay, and those who are here from the testing background, even for them, they should know all these topics. So what is software testing lifecycle? SDLC, software development lifecycle, software testing lifecycle. What is agile? What does Scrums mean? What are QA roles and responsibility, types of testing, then defect lifecycle, and so on. So there are many things which you should know. Okay, so these things come from, I can say, the person who is from testing background, he should know all these things. Okay, even going forward, I will say, even the developer, if you are building an application, if you are part of any software building team in any way, then you should know all this stuff. Okay, fine. Then we will move to web fundamentals. Okay, now what is web? Why we are covering this web fundamentals? See, when we say we are going to test something, we should know how those systems are built, right? What makes those systems, and what are the fundamentals to make that system work? If we know those fundamentals, then we can develop that system, as well as we can test that system, right? And that's the reason we need these fundamentals. If you'll go for any interviews, these are the things, right? If you know, then you can answer the questions very confidently. Okay, so these all things are covered over here in day 6. Then, and post day 6, then we are going to Playwright. Okay, so I don't have to explain much about Playwright. So day 7, 8. Okay, so this from day 7 we are starting with the Playwright. Okay, so UI action, assertions, then how to handle forms, windows, frames. See, as I said, there are 3 days for programming language, that is JavaScript and TypeScript. 1 day for Git and GitHub. This is just a refresher. Okay, but Playwright is something which I will be teaching you, or we will be learning it together in from the very basics. Okay, so that's the reason we have more days given to the Playwright. Okay, day 7 it talks about Playwright, what are locators, how to identify them, then UI actions, right? So what actions we have on a web page, how we can handle them. Okay, what are synchronization, assertions, so all the details, what forms are windows, how we can handle frames, then advanced UI automation, so dynamic elements and all those. So most of the, so I think how many 4 days are given to Playwright, and flow. I think 4 days will be more than enough for Playwright to learn all the basics of Playwright. Okay, now till here what we spoke, that is all about the front end UI automation. Okay, and people are too much afraid of API automation. They think API is something very difficult, but take my words, guys, when we will start the API, you will find it very easy. Okay, so it is like all the time, just because we don't have the fundamentals, we don't know the fundamentals of API. That is the main reason we means people who are in UI automations, right, who are from testing background, they are afraid of APIs. But let me give you assurance, when we will cover the API testing, you will feel like, okay, UI is way difficult than what APIs are. You will be in love with the API and its automation. Okay, so here again we are learning API fundamentals, and then we will go ahead with the API testing, advanced API testing. So here again, authentication, JWT, Cohort concepts, token management, API changes. So many concepts we will be learning it. See, UI testing, you have to learn everything about the web page. Okay, you need to know HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So JavaScript is common. Okay, but how to handle particular different kinds of buttons and all those stuff, all those things, right? But in API, it is like you have to just learn here. Okay, again in the API, I think you might have learned about SOAP, or you might have heard about SOAP, REST. Then I'm just not able to remember the name of the third one. Okay, I missed it. No worries, I will get it. Okay, but here we are talking about the REST API. Okay, 90% of the market is acquired by the REST APIs. People use REST API more, or if you go to any industry, 90% of them will go for REST API. Nowadays, SOAP API is a legacy. The services which are there from a long time, they may be using SOAP, but nowadays we have very low work on the SOAP request. Okay, so we will not be covering SOAP. We will be covering the REST, which will help you a lot in your all API automation interviews. Okay, so that is about API testing. Then we will go to, see, as of now, what we learn a programming language. Then we learn how we can push that code and create our make ourselves presentable in GitHub. Okay, then we learned about okay, web fundamentals. Before that, okay, we learned about software. We'll be learning software testing and fundamentals. Then we will be going ahead with the web fundamentals. Then we will learn Playwright, UI automation. Then we will be covering API fundamentals. Then advanced API testing. Till here, what we learned is all, I will say, the basic. Okay, what I want you guys to build is the agenda for this. It is like you should be in a capacity to build frameworks from scratch. Okay, and that main topic will start from day 13. But to build any framework from scratch, what knowledge you need, that we are covering till day 12. Is that fine? So we'll be talking about the frameworks. Okay, so we will be going with the advanced concepts like fixtures, hooks, test. See, test data, it is not the advanced concept, but test data is very important to do any kind of work. Okay, let it be any kind of testing. Test data is very much important. Okay, when we will get into it, we will discuss more about test data. But it is see, it is your data. Many times it is like when we do any automations, right? Automation will pass. or if you are doing any manual testing as well, manual testing will pass, but still you will find issues in production. Why it happening? This is all because of test data. The robust test data you create, the robust test or test you are creating. Okay, so many things which are skipped to the production are just because of test data. Okay, so we will learn how we can create robust test data and all. Fine. Okay, so this is all about framework. Then coming to CI/CD and Docker. Okay, see, now day 16 is entirely for CI/CD. So let's say one thing. So you know programming language, you learned everything, you created a framework. Okay, so that framework should execute somewhere, right? And where that is going to execute, are you going to execute test cases manually? No, obviously not, right? You will be executing test cases. See, you are creating an automation framework. That automation supposed to execute on its own. So when I say on its own, it means if developer pushes his code, and then there should be some action which will be triggered, and then that action will execute our test cases. Okay, so this is nothing but a CI/CD pipeline. I will say continuous integration. CD is for deployment or delivery. That we will cover it later. But when we talk about CI/CD, we are mostly talking about CI/CI. Okay, that is nothing but continuous integration, and then that automation should execute. So if that automation is executing somewhere, okay, so if something is happening, that means, see, right now you are connected. I'm talking to you guys. You are connected to this Gmeet, right? How we are connected? You have some machine, either you have laptop or mobile, and through that you are connected. So you need some to take some action. You need something, right? So in the similar fashion, if you are executing your test cases, that execution should happen on some machine, right? And what we are going to learn is, here comes the concept of I will say cloud. Okay, when we are talking about cloud, so when we will be executing. So right now we will be taking GitHub Actions, and using GitHub Actions we will create our continuous integration pipeline. Even we will create Docker files, which will help us to see the problem Docker solves. It is like there are many times it happens that developer, if team is not using Docker, right? So what happens? Developer does something and he delivers the code, but in developer's machine that code is working, and when it comes to tester or it goes to some environment, that code starts failing over there. Okay, so why it happening? Because in developer's machine, knowingly or unknowingly, that particular developer has different environment, has installed some packages, or it has some versions which are compatible for its code to run. But when it goes to other machine, that fails because that appropriate environment is not there in that particular machine. Okay, and so this was the issue identified, and this issue was resolved by a solution that is nothing but a Docker. Okay, so we will be looking after, or we will be checking what this Docker is, how we can create this Docker file, how to create containers, how to run these Docker files. That we will see. Okay, again guys, see, this course will make sure that you have sufficient knowledge to work on all the tasks which are with respect to SDate. Okay, but if I say I will teach you Docker in 2 hours, is it possible? You guys tell me. It's not. Okay, it is not. So I will make sure that you are not afraid of Docker. When you see a Docker file, you can understand, you can read that file. That confidence I will give you. Okay, so you know, see, to perform anything, you need a particular mindset. Okay, so if your mindset is in a particular vibration, or it is set to particular, if it is tuned properly, then you can do all your things properly. Okay, in the same fashion, if you right now you don't know about Docker, if you learn Docker, if you are able to read the files, if you are able to create images, then you will be in a situation where if some task or if any Docker file you see, you will not be afraid of it. You know that you can work on it. Okay, so that knowledge, that in that capacity, you will be trained. Okay, so that is what I want to say. Okay, so moving forward, we have AI with test automation. Okay, so when we are talking of AI over here, so there are many. See, I have different batch which is for AI agents. So in that batch, when I will be talking about AI agents, their AI means completely different thing. Okay, but here when I talk about AI, uh, AI based test automation. So here we are talking about, let's say we are talking about coding assistance, how to use coding assistance. What are, so here AI topics are given, right? So prompt engineering, GPT for test cases, not only GPT, we can use any other LLM as well. So AI locator generation, test data generation, Playwright MCP concepts, self-healing concepts. Okay, so see this last self-healing concept, it is good to know, but I know it is not yet, it is not production ready. Okay, so we will be covering it, but don't think it will help you all the time. It is still in the I can say it is in the beta phase. Okay, so they have released it, but it is not production ready. Okay, so I will let you know what is MCP, how to use MCPs. Even okay, one thing I missed over here, it is like skills. So I will even let you know what skills are, how to use those skills. Okay, and okay, so when we are talking about AI, to revise, it is like when we are talking about AI, you should know how to use coding assistants. Okay, when I say coding assistant, then you can think of like you are using anti-gravity. So anti-gravity is your coding assistant. Okay, you can use Cloud Code. Cloud Code is your coding assistants, or you can use Open Code. So these all are coding assistants. How to use them? That we will have a session where you will master those things. Okay, so entire day we are investing for the coding assistants. Okay, and then we will move for our framework. Okay, so right now here I have mentioned e-commerce UI automation framework. See, we have built our own applications, e-commerce application, and what I want you guys, if you have visited my LinkedIn profile, I think you might have seen post regarding Salesforce framework, which we have open source, right? Okay, so that framework is already created and it is open source, so it can be used with any Salesforce application. There are many complexities in those frameworks. If time permits, I can help you to go through it and let you know how that framework is, how authentication is built over there, and all those things. Okay, but what I'm expecting, we have our own applications, e-commerce applications. So we will create one framework. Why e-commerce application? Because in see, if we cover e-commerce application, we are covering many scenarios. So particularly, we in e-commerce, we have UI, we have APIs, right? We have login functionality, then we have databases. I think we will connect less about the database, but other part we can cover in the e-commerce application. So that is, I felt like we have, means almost all the scenarios which are required for one automation engineer to know, those all will be covered in the e-commerce application. Hence, this is the example. Okay, fine. Okay, so e-commerce for the UI framework. Similarly, we'll do the API automation framework as well. Okay, then we'll be upgrading that frameworks to enterprise level, and that will be our day 20. Okay, so so this is all about the course. Okay, guys, this is all about the course, and I hope that whatever topics you spoke, right? So before we started going through the roadmap, I was asking you guys what are all the things you want to learn, right? So I think this, if you know all these topics, you go for any interview. I'm sure if you prepare well, if you see, in the end of all the topics, we have assignments. Okay, we have assignments for each topic. So if you are covering those assignments on daily basis, and that's the reason I will say that we have alternate days, right? So today is your day one. Whatever assignments are given, you do hands-on assignments and complete those. make sure, see, 20 days, but we will be having almost 40 odd days, right? So in these 40 days, I'm sure if you follow all the assignments, follow all the sessions, then you will be in a position to switch your job or to attend any interview with confidence. Okay, so this is what I can tell you guys. So this is our entire roadmap for coming 20 days. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, guys? Yes, Siley. No? Okay. Okay, anybody has any questions about the agenda, what we are going to cover? I think, Nilesh, you were the one who were asking for day-wise.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes. So does this help you?
Yes, I got. Yeah. Understand, sir.
Okay. Do you think we are missing any topic over here?
Sir, is there any option for resume writing or any
Okay, so
interview
resume
preparation?
writing. Okay, so see, let me be very frank. It is like resume writing. I will help you. Okay, I will help you how you can write your resume and all those stuff. Okay, we can have any. See, right now I'm not saying, but it is like this is our agenda for 20 days. Okay, but I want you guys to be job ready and you should be able to switch your job. So I will do my best to help you in this situation, but let me not promise anything on the resume writing. But I'm sure we will have something on the means how to present yourself, what you can have in your resume, what to say, how to build your stories. Okay, so that all things we will do. But I think, see, even means I have a plan. I'm not committing it, but it is like let's say today we are starting, right? So 9th June, Tuesday. This week, means till Saturday, we will be covering 3 sessions, right? So if time permits, and if you guys are available, we can have one session in between, which will revise all this. Okay, so I'm just planning of it because even initially I thought, okay, let's Sunday we can utilize, but I think I'll be busy all these 7 days that I may not, means time may not permit me. But we will have some revision sessions as well, and I will make sure that I will help you in having you a good resume. Okay, ATS friendly resume as well. But nothing as a promise. I will help you. Okay, but apart from that, what we are going to cover, are you guys satisfied? Prashant, let me know if you feel we are missing any topic over here.
No, any point is missing.
Okay, okay.
I think
Anuradha. Okay, thank you.
No, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. Srushti, Asavari.
No, sir.
No, okay. Yes, Nilesh.
Sir, I have given few interviews in last month. Means I have given around 8 to 10 interviews. So when interviewer asked me about telling me about your project, tell me what did you build? So how did you automated this particular module from manual? What was your contribution? So I struggle with those kind of questions. Means real time they ask, and also they ask me like go to Amazon website, go to Flipkart website, do this and do that. So those kind of questions I struggle. Means real time they ask. So what
Right.
be our approach?
Okay, okay. That's good point. That's good point actually. So see, when we'll be going through, I will make sure that I'll be discussing all these questions. Okay, when what interviewer ask you, how you have to answer those things. If they ask about your project, what you have to talk, what not you have to talk. Okay, so all those things I will be guiding you, but it will be not a session for it. It will be like when we are having discussion, and for that we need a discussion. I want you guys to talk with me. Okay, and that we will be doing in these 20 days only.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Because we have means lot of questions, means interview questions, skit and all, but they don't ask you those questions. Means 2-3 questions they ask, means what is weight, how did you use those questions they ask, but mostly they ask us means real time questions.
Okay.
Means some of interviews they have asked me, they have given me the case studies and tell me your approach. So as I don't have any prior knowledge, so I couldn't answer it. That's why I'm asking.
Okay. No, that's good, valid question. Believe me, I have taken many interviews. I have appeared for many interviews, and I know what to ask, what not to ask. Okay, so don't worry. I will take care of it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Anyone has any query? Okay, so if not, then let's start with today's agenda. Okay, so initially when I planned it for 2 hours. Okay, but as I said, we are not here to learn programming. Okay, we are here to refresh our knowledge about programming. Let's say who said to me, Yuraj is good in Java, right? So he know programming, but let us revise how the same programming. Okay, sorry, I think Yuvraj said he's good in JavaScript as well. Okay, so sorry to point you out. But is there anyone who don't know JavaScript? Anyone here who don't know JavaScript? Okay, Anuradha. Yes, Anuradha. Okay, so which language you know, Anuradha? Which programming language you have?
Java.
Java. Okay. Okay. So if I say what is variable in Java, what is data type, let's go through the today's agenda. Okay. So today we are not covering much, but not less as well. So today's agenda is about variables, data types, operators, right? So conditional statement, loops, functions, arrays, objects. Okay. So with respect to Java, do you know all these things?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, so today's prerequisite for this course is to understand. Okay, sorry. Prerequisite for this course was you to have at least one programming knowledge, experience in at least one programming knowledge. Okay, so you should know some programming, because here we are not going to teach a complete program, complete language or complete programming mindset. Here we are just going to refresh, or if you are from some other programming language background, here I will tell you how to do the same thing in JavaScript. Okay, and that's the reason it is for the 3 days. Otherwise, just for the JavaScript, if you learn JavaScript for 1 month, even then it will be less. Okay, if you'll go to other platforms like Udemy, right? So even on YouTube, you will find many videos which will in which 30 hours dedicatedly given only to learn JavaScript. Okay, so I'm not saying over here that once we will go through JavaScript, you will be a master. No, my complete agenda over here is to revise your knowledge, what we need to learn Playwright, what we need to code in Playwright, what we need to create our framework robust. Okay, sorry, just give me a minute. Okay, with that, I think let's start with today's agenda. Okay, I think you can see my screen, right? And I think I'm sharing my entire screen. So here you can see assignment, and now you can see my ChatGPT. Okay, fine. So all the things are visible over here. Okay, so what we are going to do now, we'll start everything from basic. Okay, whatever I'll be doing just in front of you, and I'm considering. Okay, see, I'm considering you know programming language, but many of you may not be knowing what is Node.js. They may not be aware about how package.json files are created. So particularly, I will say with the JavaScript environment, they may not be aware, right? So let's start everything from scratch. Are we okay to start now with the JavaScript? Everybody? Okay, so let's do one thing. Give your 100% over here. Whenever you have any queries, you can directly ask me or message me. Okay, so I will go through it and we will answer. Fine. So let's do one thing. We will start from. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for good response. We'll start from a folder creation. So everything will be starting from scratch. Okay. So fine. So this is my desktop test automation skills. Let me create one folder over here. Okay. And I will say 9th, what I can say, Playwright. Okay. So Playwright 9th June batch. Okay. Okay. I made a mistake. Batch. Fine. So see, to perform any kind of to write any code, we need IDE. IDE, that means integrated development environment. I have VS Code, I have anti-gravity. So nowadays, it will make sense for me to go with the anti-gravity. Okay, so I will open this window and let me just fetch it over here. Okay, so now we have this working environment. Okay, so here we have one folder which is open in anti-gravity. Okay, so let me open terminal. Okay, and isn't working directly. Okay, one more thing, guys, I missed. Just I remembered. You should have Linux basics. Okay, I will make sure I will add the Linux basics somewhere. Even I missed it. I just remembered it. Okay, so you should know all the Linux basic commands. Okay, so right now, just I want to see where I am. So I will say pwd, and it will tell me where exactly I am in my folder. Okay, so I am using Mac. So over here it is users. This is a folder structure, and right now I am here in this folder, Playwright 9th June batch. Okay, I made a mistake. June, it has to be JUNE. Okay, fine. I will change it later. But I'm here. Okay, so in this, okay, who knows JavaScript? Who knows JavaScript over here? Who can assist me? Okay, Prashant. Yes, Prashant. Okay. Yes, Prashant. You can unmute yourself. We will have a discussion. Okay. Okay. So let's start from basic again. So I want to create one JavaScript file over here. Okay. To have one JavaScript file and make it working in this our IDE, what are prerequisites? What is prerequisite for it?
We have to firstly install Node.js.
Right. So first thing, who are completely new, what they have to do is just say download Node.js. Okay, just go here. You will see this download Node.js, and whichever is your operating system, let it be Mac, Linux, or Windows, you can download Node.js. You will get n number of videos on this on YouTube, so you can just go there, download Node.js. It is nothing. I will say no rocket science into it. Okay, so just download Node.js, install it, and if you are using Windows, then you have to do a path configuration. Okay, is anybody has any concerns how to do path configuration in Windows machine if you are using one? Okay. Okay, if you have any queries, you can ask me, guys, but now I will just go ahead. Yes, Prashant. Okay, so okay, what will be your next step? let's say that you are going to create a project. Okay, you are going to create a project. So this is your blank folder. What will be your next step? This is something I just picked up randomly. Okay, so I was not planned for this, but let's see. Okay, let's go ahead, Prashant.
2 minutes.
Okay, so if see right now Git is yes, go ahead.
Initialize the node.
Initialize the
Node.
sorry, I missed it. I missed it, Prashant. Please come again.
I think I forget that command.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else wants to help here? Yuvraj, Nilesh, or Anuradha. Anuradha is new. Asavari, Srushti, I have not heard anything from your end. Okay, Manoj. Manoj, are you there? Okay, no worries, no worries. See, when we are working in any JavaScript project, one thing you will see is package.json file. Okay, I want to create that package.json file before I start anything over here. I can simply go ahead and create JavaScript file. It will work, no issues with that. Okay, but I just want to follow a process. Okay, let me do one thing. We'll do this. Whatever, see, we are learning together. Okay, so whatever we are going to do, we will do a chat GPT. This same approach you can follow for you. Okay, so here I will say, I am going to start a new or I'll say fresh JS project. What setup I can have? What setup I can have? Okay, let's ask this. I can have. Okay, we are starting this. So okay, so this is mkdir. So make directory that we have already created, right? We created one folder. Let me take it over here. Okay, so we created one folder and we are into it, right? So we mkdir dir is nothing but make directory. That is the reason I was saying everyone should know the basics of Linux. Okay, so make dir. Then we are cd is nothing but we are moving to that particular folder which we created. Okay, and the next important thing is nothing but npm init. Okay, so what this npm, why here -y is given? Let's see that. Okay, let's see. So if I go and say npm init, okay, let me enter, then it will ask us what is name of your project. So I want, see, it is going to ask me many questions. Okay, but if I say -y, then it will not ask me. It will just go ahead and take default as take each value as a default, and it will create one package.json file for us. Okay, but I do not want to use -y. I want everyone to go through it and understand. Okay, so I will say, okay, let this be the name of the file. Next is version, let it be version 1.0.0. Then description, I can give any kind of description. We can say, okay, we say playwright cohort. Okay, so this is our description. Playwright cohort, entry point index.js. Fine, we can have it, we can change it at any time. Then test commands, we are not giving, these are the scripts. See, when we say test command, these are scripts. Now what is scripts, we will see later. Okay, scripts, then it is asking for git repository. Now what is git repository? Okay, who can answer this? I want guys you to answer. Okay, what is git repository? What does this mean? We are going to see git and github. Okay, but what is git repository? Okay, Anuradha, can you answer this?
Sorry, sir.
No idea. Okay, no worries. Let's Asavari, what is Git repository? Okay, let's go with Yuvraj.
Push the code on GitHub.
GitHub code, right? So it is a place where it will be a remote repository for you, where you are going to keep your code. Okay, so as of now, I will just skip it. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it later. Okay, so I will just skip it. So keywords, I'm not giving any keywords. Author, you can name yourself here. I will say Vaibhav Arde. Okay. Then license, you can give any, see, if you have to make it open source, available for everyone can use, and also you have to give some licenses like MIT license or even ISC, that is also fine. Okay. So licenses, then, okay, so type common JS. So when we are dealing with Node.js, right? So there are different, the way we access files in Node.js, there are different ways. Okay, so right now we will go ahead with the common JS. So that is fine. Let's move ahead. And then see, if I will use another command with -y, then these all will be taken as a default, and we will create one package.json file. So let's go ahead and create it. And here is our package.json file. Okay. So here you can see script. These scripts are really important. Later on, see, there is a point to explain you this all things, right? Okay, this script, when we will work on our frameworks and all, right? So that time we will come to know why these scripts are there. So even right now we are not using any packages, right? We don't have any dependencies or dev dependencies. So even those dependencies or dev dependencies, those all will be mentioned over here. I want you guys, see, I just mentioned two words: dependencies, dev dependencies. So these are the words. If you don't know, make a note of it. Okay. If you don't know, ask me what these words are. Okay. Because these things make you much more familiar with the actual project. If you know these things, that means you are good with that environment and you can work on those environment. When you are working with the team, so if somebody says, I want that to have as a dev dependency, not as a dependency, then you should understand, you should know why you want to have that as a dev dependency, why not as a dependency. So these all things, means once you know it, that becomes very easy for you to pick up. Okay, and to gain that confidence, even in interviews. Okay, these are the basic things which are being asked in the interviews. Okay, so let me ask somebody, what is dependencies, what is dev dependencies? Who can answer me this? Let me do one thing. Yes, you
There
guys,
are
go
any
ahead.
artifact dependency?
Come again. There are any
Artifact dependency.
artifact dependency. Okay.
Or in Java.
No, your voice is breaking, Yuvraj. But when you are saying artifact, okay, so what do you mean by artifact?
Dependencies are used in Java.
Okay, you mean to say
Dependency injections.
please come again, Yuvraj.
Dependency injections.
Dependency. Okay, okay. Let's do one thing. See, when we say artifacts are nothing but when you are creating any product. Once it is completely built, we have the artifacts for it. Okay, so it is like when we are developing any product, let's say Playwright. Okay, let's take our own example, with which we are dealing right now. So if let's say you have an application, which, okay, you have a team who is building to build an application for some bank. Okay, now you have some dependencies which will be required to create that application. Let's say you are creating a front end. So React will be required to create a front end. Let's go with that. Okay. But now to test that front end, you need a Playwright. So Playwright will be your one dependency. Okay. So now you tell me, guys, whether Playwright will be a dev dependency or dependency. Okay, let me explain. So any package which is required in a production or required in the final code, that is nothing but a dependency. Okay, any package which is not required in the final code, but it is required to create that product. Let's say Playwright is used for automation, test automation, right? So in every phase we want Playwright to test whether it is working in every phase or not. Okay, but in production, do we really require, once that product is completely built and tested, verified, and we give sign off that yes, this product is built, now it is fine, then in the final build, do we really need Playwright? We don't need, right? Because Playwright is just used for testing. We don't need Playwright to be available to run our application. Does that make sense? Right? And when that product is built, okay, so that is your one artifact. Okay, and that makes a difference between dev and dev dependencies. So Playwright, we can take it as a dev dependency, right? In some of the project, it can be a dependency as well. Okay, it can be, there are different scenarios for it. Okay, but I'm saying, so there is a difference between dev and dev dependency. The packages which are required to run our application in production, those are dependencies. The packages which are not required, those are dev dependencies. But those packages are helpful to create that application successfully. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, everyone? Does that make sense, guys? Okay, no response from okay, Nilesh. Okay, good. Okay, what about Srushti? Srushti, does these things make sense? See, when I say make sense, I just want to know whether you are understanding what I'm talking, right? If you don't, that means you need more details about it. Okay, or you want or you need to upgrade yourself to know those things. Okay, fine. So I consider Yuvraj, are you okay with this, whatever we discussed just now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So I think Srushti, are you available? I don't see any comment from your end. Okay, no response. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You are these things are making sense for you, right? You are on mute again, Srushti. Okay, let's move ahead. Fine, no worries. See, guys, if you don't understand anything, you can ping me. You can ping me personally. You have, I think I am there in the WhatsApp group, right? I'm there. You can ping me directly on the topic which you don't understand. Okay, I will make sure that in our next lecture I will cover it. Does that make sense? Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, so this is our package.json. So this is very basic when we start working with the JavaScript environment, right? So this is very basic thing we can learn about. Okay, so now let's move to our actual agenda. Okay, so what is our first day talks about? It talks about variables, data types, operators, conditional statements, loops, functions, arrays, and objects. Okay, so let's start with the variable. Let me create one file. Okay, so let me say okay, so I will say, see, if you want to create any file, just say, or I will, okay, I will do one thing. I will create a folder, and in folder I will say day 01, fine, and under that we will have file. We will say Okay, so code.js. Okay, so JavaScript file, it has to end with .js. That is our JavaScript file. Okay, so see, JavaScript is dynamically typed. Okay, so this is what I feel, right, particularly, guys. So in this era, in this what we are AI world, right, we should know two languages to survive. It is like JavaScript and Python. Okay, and both are dynamically typed. So what does that dynamically typed means? Now we will see in the as we move forward. We will see how those are dynamically typed and all. Okay, let's start with the today's session. So let's start with the comments. So I want to say we are going to learn. We are going to learn. I use hash over there. Okay. No, that sorry. Okay, so this is for the comment. So I will say we are going to learn what is our first topic? I missed it. Okay, variables. Okay, so variables. Okay, so what we learned just now? We learned how to comment. What we learned? How to comment. So now if I run this file, okay, so can you see any error? No, right? If I will say something like this is giving me something. Okay, so if I want to comment anything, if I want to give some comment, I have to type // or what I can do is if I want to make this entire thing, so let's say I have multi-line. So this is single line comment. I can say we have multi-line comments as well. Okay, see, this is not I'm not going to teach you everything. It is like I'm just refreshing your knowledge. Okay, again, so I will say multi-line comment will go like this and it will end with this. And if I type anything in between, so hi all, I hope you are learning something good. Okay, so something good. Fine. So what is this? This is your multi-line comment. This is your multi-line comment. Okay, so now we are going to learn about the variables. So it helped me to write code as well. So let me do, see, hello world is very common. So when we start with Java, CPP, the first program is taught for people is to print your name. Let's start with hello world. Okay, so how I can do that? So let's say I want in JavaScript and Python, it's very straightforward. We will talk about JavaScript now. So we have something called console.log, right? And over here, anything we write in here, that is nothing but that will be printed. So I will say my name is web. Okay, so this is saved, and now I want to run this file. Okay, so how can I run this? Okay, how to run this file? Who can help me? So now we have our code, and I just want to run this file. Who can help me to run the file? Right. So, okay. There are two different things which you have to take care. Okay. So right now, I want to run that in a terminal. Okay. So to run that in terminal, where you are, your terminal is in the root, right? So it is in the root. Your file is in the code.js, right? So what is required to run file? Okay, so I'll say node and
file name.
file name, right? But here, if I say node and code.js, right, then that is not going to execute. Let me execute this. It is not. It is giving me error. Why it is giving me error? Because if you see, it is searching this. What is this play? You can see my screen, right? In screen, I'm highlighting this, right? So Playwright. Playwright 9 June batch. So this is the name of our root folder, and in that it is searching for code.js, right? Do we have code.js directly in this folder? No, it is in day one, correct? That means what I need to do is I need to get the relative path. Okay, And then I can say instead of purchase, I need to go ahead day one purchase. And then it is printing my name. My name is Vaibhav. Correct? Does that make sense? Okay. Again, these are very basics. Okay. So this is Hello World. So this is our first program which we were able to execute. Right. So now let's learn about variables. Okay. In variables, what we can learn. Okay. Okay. So let's say I want to, what is variable? But first thing. So I can say variable is a named container, in a memory used to store data. Okay. So variable is a container where we can keep our data. So let's say I want to save my name. So let's say name equal to, okay, I forgot one more thing. So there are three things, three keywords which are used to declare a variable. There are three keywords to declare a variable. Which are those? Let's say those are let. Okay, let me comment this. Okay, let me comment this. Let me comment it. Let, then const, and third is var. Okay, so which are those? Let, const, and var. Okay, so right now means in the advanced Java, what we do is we go ahead with the let and const. We don't use var. Okay, with the legacy code we use var, but right now we don't have to worry about var. You will not see var anywhere used in any of our code. Okay, so let's just focus on let and const. Okay, so now tell me guys, what is let and what is const? So, okay, so anyone can explain me what is let and const? Okay, otherwise we are very far behind our schedule. Okay, so let me go ahead. Okay, if you have any queries guys, then just ask me, fine, or raise your hand, we will resolve that query immediately. So what we'll do, so whenever we are going to save a variable with, okay, whenever we are going to declare a variable but whose value we may expect to change in future, that time we will use let. Okay, so that means now name is equal to Vaibhav. So if I go ahead and say console.log name, okay, console.log name. So what it should print? It is giving, okay, so let me print it. Okay, so what is being printed? Vaibhav is printed, right? What I can do now? Okay, so it has given me code. I will use it. Okay, so next thing is here it has. Okay, I'm just checking why it is marked as. Okay, no worries. So see, my name was first Vaibhav. Okay, so when I printed over here, I got response as Vaibhav. Then I will change that name to Arde. Okay, if I print it over here, then the name variable will have a different value. So initial value was Vaibhav. When we will come to line number 14, it will be replaced with Arde. Okay, and then what value we will have in the name? It is nothing but Arde. Correct? Fine. In the similar way, if I go with the const, so when we say const, so that time we expect that variable will not be changed at all. Okay, so if I declare city, then it will be like city. Okay, let me just comment these two things. Okay, and just let me run this again. So here you can see first output is Vaibhav, then it's Arde, and then it's Mumbai. So city is nothing but Mumbai, right? But now if I try to change the city to Pune, then it will not. It will throw an error. Why it will throw an error? Because city is constant. It is constant. Okay, it will not change, and that's the reason we have a const. Okay, so now you guys tell me. Okay, let me execute this and let me show you error. Okay, so this is what error we get. So city is equal to Pune, assignment to constant variable. Okay, this is a type error. What it is a constant, city is a constant, and we are trying to reassign the value. But the same thing we were able to do with the let. Here we cannot do it because it is constant. Does that make sense? Are we clear on this? Okay, okay, guys. Fine, fine. I take that as a yes. Now, there are two things which we should discuss on. One is declaration and initialization. Okay. What is declaration? What is initialization? Question to you guys. What is declaration? What is initialization? What is declaration? What is initialization? Okay, so let me say it like this. Okay, let me go ahead with this. I will say let test. Okay, and this, and let me try to print this test. Okay, let me try to print this test. We'll go ahead and print this test. Okay, so all this code I will comment. Okay, so this all the code is commented. We are just dealing with this. So here, see, before what we saw, we have something, some name, and we assign the value. So this is a variable. This is a variable name, and value assigned to the variable name is nothing but this side. It is to the right of assignment operator. Okay. Over here, we just say test. Have we assigned any value to test? No, right? And here we are saying console. Okay, let me take this as well. Type of undefined. Okay, so let me execute the code now. So here you can see undefined. Okay, so now what is undefined? See, whatever things we are talking right now, these are interview questions, guys. Let me show you. These are interview questions. Okay, so now we have next thing. See how intelligent is our AI. It is automatically giving us what to give. Okay, so now see, here we have test. Here it was not initialized. Here it was declared. I asked you a question, what is difference between declaration and initialization? So the answer is, this is declared. Okay, this is not initialized. And we found that when it is declared but not initialized, the value it will give us undefined. Undefined means it is not defined. Fine, and that is the value which we get. Then now I have this test equal to null. Okay, test equal to null, and now let me run this code. Let me run this code. Then here you can see, first thing is null. The console.log is null. Here it is not undefined. Okay, that means, see, interview question, guys, note this interview question. Okay, Nilesh, this is how we will move forward. Okay, so okay. Interview question is like, tell me difference between undefined and null. Okay, what is the difference between undefined and null? So what is the answer for it? This is your homework. Okay, I will give you in short, but you have to prepare for this. Okay, so undefined is when that variable is not defined. Okay, so just like test, we declared it, we did not initialize, so we have no value for it. And to show that we have no value initialized, or we have no value to that particular variable, it is defined by undefined. Does that make sense? It is noted as undefined. Now what is null? Null is, it is a way we say when a programmer have to tell that it has no value. It has no value. Undefined is, we have not initialized it, we have just defined it. That is undefined. Okay, but when here line number 26, right? Let me make it big for you so that it's visible for everyone. Okay, so this is test equal to null. Okay, so now here we have initialized. This test is initialized, but in initialization we are saying test has no value. Test has no value, and to say it has no value, we are saying that as a null. Okay, and hence console.log test, that is nothing but null. It has no value. but there is a difference between undefined and no value. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. And this is for basic level. This is an interview question, guys. Okay. Okay. Another interview question. Type of test. Type of test. And here it is object. This is a bug in JavaScript. Very well known bug. You do a research on it. Okay. Okay, guys. Fine. Fine. Okay. So what things we covered? We covered what is variable. Variable is nothing but what? Variable is nothing but what we can say. You can create your own definitions. Okay. I'm just here to refresh your knowledge. But variable is a named container. Is a named container. Okay, which has some value. Fine. Variable can be declarative. When we have variable, two things: declaration and initialization. So this is declared. Line number 22. Variable is declared but not initialized. Here it is declared, initialized, but initialized with value null. Here it is declared, initialized with value Mumbai. Okay, fine. So that is clear. Okay, and then what is the difference between undefined and null? Okay, and type of test. Type of test, that means type of null will show an object. This is interview question. This is a bug in JavaScript, well-known bug. Okay, you can do a research on it. Okay, fine. So that is about our first topic, which is nothing but where is that? Variable. Let's go to data types. Now let's go to data types. Okay, let's go to data types. Okay, so now guys, you tell me, when we say data types, what comes in your mind? Okay, as I said, you should have basic programming knowledge, right? So when in other programming languages or whatever you know about data types, you can tell. Yes, who is answering this?
Integer, float, double.
Yes, sorry, come again.
Integer, float, double.
Okay,
Boolean.
okay, right, great. Okay, very basic thing when it should come to your mind when we talk about data type. That is also good answer. Okay, integer, float, basic. What are those in a way? So if I say, when we talk about data type, there are two types. One is primitive, another is non-primitive. Correct? Right? So what is primitive? What is non-primitive? See, this is what you should know. Okay, so these terms you have to use in your interviews. If somebody asks, okay, what are data types, you know, so you can start like this. Okay, basically we have two types of databases, data types. One is primitive data types, non-primitive data types. Then they will ask you how it will, see, there is a sequence. What you are going to answer, there will be a next question to it, and you have to answer in such a way that the same next question will be asked, and you will be ready for your next question as well. Okay, so when you will say primitive and non-primitive, then next question will be like, okay, what is difference between primitive and non-primitive? Then you should talk something like, okay, so you should talk something like, it is about the memory. Okay, so there are two types of memories again. So stack memory and heap memory. Okay, guys, if you are finding these words new, note this down. Note these words. Okay, stack memory, heap memory. So okay, so then how these are linked? How primitive data type is linked with stack memory? How non-primitive data type is linked with heap memory? Okay, anybody can answer, right? You heard about the primitive, non-primitive, stack, and heap data type data, right? So can I get those answers? Or can I give you this as a homework for you? Yes, go ahead, Yuvraj. I saw you were about to say something.
It's a temporary memory. Temporary.
Which one is temporary memory?
I think
Which
heap
one?
memory. Heap memory.
No. nothing is temporary over here. Okay, so these all are permanent memories. Okay, but okay, but what I want from you guys, that I want from you, I want, okay, let me do one thing. Okay, so let's see what is difference in primitive and non-primitive data types in JS. Okay. Okay, so primitive data types: string, number, boolean, undefined, null, big int, symbol. Okay, so these all are primitive data types. Okay, let's say name equal to Vaibhav. Just observe. Okay, guys, we are learning primitive and non-primitive data type. Just observe. Name equal to Vaibhav, age equal to 35. So this is integer, and it's a one value. Okay, is active. It's a boolean, right? Salary is equal to null. So these all are primitive. This is not initialized. That means it is undefined, right? So here we are undefined, and here we are saying it undefined in two different ways. You got it, right? Okay, so these are primitive data types. If we talk about non-primitive data types, then we will be talking about objects, arrays, function. Let's forget about these three now. Okay, let's talk about these two, objects and array. So we are going to cover objects and array today. Okay, but non-primitive data types are values stored with the reference address that to the actual data. So now, what is this reference? Okay, here if you'll see, this data, this has direct values. Okay, but when we talk about non-primitive, they have reference. Okay, I want you to when we are coming for the next session, right? I want you to create this is your assignment. Okay, what is reference? What does this reference mean? What is heap and stack? Okay, this is what I want you guys to create your own notes. Okay, if you create it, you will be ready from the interview point of view. Okay, for this, okay, this is not for the entire thing. This is with respect to this, you will be ready. Okay, so let's go ahead. Example, so this is non-primitive data types. Okay, this is, what is this? This is object. When we talk about objects are nothing but we have key value pairs. So this is a person equal to this is object. Object is defined or noted in a curly braces. So we have key and value. So key and value. So these are nothing but this is object. Or we can say about this is an array. So this is skills. This is square brackets are nothing but square brackets are particularly there to talk about arrays. That means we are defining an array. So we have different values, more than one. See, in primitives, what we can see is name Vaibhav. So only one value is stored. But in non-primitive, in one variable, we are storing more than one values. Correct? Okay. And that is something like, in primitive, this value will be stored directly to a memory. Okay, but in non-primitive, now see, now this is a variable. I can store this value directly to this variable. Okay, but this person, now see, name Vaibhav. Tomorrow I can go ahead and I can change the value of Vaibhav to something else. Right? Let me say I change it to Nilesh. Okay, age I change it to some 25, 30, anything. That means these values can change. Okay, but these values will be there. So what is done in the back end, that reference of this value will be stored, and that reference is nothing but we are talking about that reference we are talking over here. Okay, and when we are talking about reference, that means we are talking about heap memory. Does that make sense? Okay, so where we started with the data types. In data types, we have primitive data types. So primitive data types are nothing but string, number, boolean, undefined, null. These are primitive data types. Okay, non-primitive data types, we saw here objects, array, functions, date, map, set. Okay, right now we don't have to go with these three. We are okay with these three now. Okay, so object, array, and functions. Okay, and more than one value is stored in the same place. I'm just, don't take that as a definition. Okay, I'm just telling you to from the understanding point of view. So in one variable we are keeping more than one values, right? Correct. Okay, that means it is, we are keeping the reference of it. And when we talk about a reference, we are talking about what? Heap memory. Okay, so I want you to create your own notes about this. So stack versus heap. See, a is equal to 10, right? So a directly points to 10. But when we will talk about a heap memory, so it is like, so person1, person2. Okay, so heap is name variable. So now this reference will be stored for the person1. Wait, let me see if it is given here. Okay, let's take this as a homework. Okay, guys. So data types, we saw primitive, non-primitive. In primitive, we have, again, I forget. Okay, you create your own for this. We are not spending much time onto it. I think you all guys know. Anybody has any query about this, so that we can talk more on it? If no query, we can go ahead. I have given you all the points which you have to prepare and get ready for. Okay, I'm waiting if there is any question. If no question, let's move ahead. Fine. Okay, so what is our next topic? Where is that? Okay, so here, operator. Okay, so when we talk about operator, who can tell what type of operators we have actually? What type of operators we generally have in any programming language?
And or not.
Okay, right, but and or not, which are those operators?
Logical operator.
Logical.
Those are logical operators. Correct. Right. I want this kind of responses, like, okay, so we are talking about operators. So good. So and or not, these are logical operators. Okay, so we got logical operator. Okay, so this is one. Fine, that's good. What is next? Go ahead, guys. What else we have?
Arithmetic operator.
Correct. So we have arithmetic operators.
Also comparison operator.
Okay, come again.
Comparison.
Comparison operator. Okay, wait a minute. So here we saw logical operators. Those were and or not. Those are logical operators. Okay, so here those are arithmetic operators, plus, minus, any arithmetic operation which we have to do. For that we have arithmetic operators, right? Okay, then what next? Okay, next.
Comparison.
Okay, there is, okay, comparison operator, but there is one more here. We can see assignment operator. Okay, so see, when we are see, first we use this variable. This is assignment, name is equal to above. This is assignment, right? So we used operator, but we are learning it here. Getting it? So what this makes? This is assigning something to the right side. It is a variable, and to that variable we are assigning this value. So this is assignment operator, right? Correct. Okay, so this is assignment operator. Then okay, what's next? Comparison operator, right? Comparison operator, right? So these are comparison operators. Equal to, double equal to, triple equal to, not equal to, not strict, not equal to, okay, greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to. Okay, so these are comparison operators. Do we need these comparison operators? Do we need this? Where we need it? Okay, so logical operators, we need it for whether I want this and this. So to create some logic, we need logical operators, right? Arithmetic operators, to perform any mathematical calculation, we need arithmetic operators. assignment operators to assign some value. Okay, these are shortcuts as well. Okay, we will see somewhere this. Okay, very famous, like if we are using for loop, then we use plus plus. Again, in for loop we can go for minus minus, right? If you guys, does that make sense to you? I will be showing all the examples. Okay, but if this makes sense for you guys. Okay, so minus equal to, so we have to minus something from the original value, and minus 1 from the original value, then we use this kind of stuff, right? So we will see this. Okay, so assignment, sorry, these are assignment operators. Then okay, so I was talking about this assignment operators. Then comparison operator, equal to and triple equal to. So who can tell me what is difference between equal, double equal to and triple equal to? Okay, in JavaScript, particularly from the JavaScript point of view, this is important. So let me say, let a is equal to 5. Okay, and let me say let b equal to 5. Okay, and then I will say console dot log, okay, a equal to b. So what should be the answer of this? A equal to b. What should be the answer of this? What should be the answer of this? What we are doing it over here, assign, here we are checking whether a is, see, single equal to is nothing but we are assigning something. So a is equal to 5, that means this 5 will be stored with a. B equal to 5, that means this 5 will be stored with b. But here we have double, so what it will do? So here we got the answer. See, it will print true because it will compare the values. So whether a is equal to b or not, here we are comparing, right? Okay, okay, I don't want it to. Okay, let me stop this. This is correct, all what it has given, it's correct. Okay, so here, see, this is 5. Now you guys tell me, what is data type of this 5?
Integer.
5 is integer. Okay, what is data type of this 5? Line number 41.
String.
This one. What is this? String,
String.
right? If we keep anything in the double quotes, then we have that as a string. Okay, so now so this a has 5, which is a number, right? B has 5, which is string. So is there any comparison between these two? Are those same? Is a equal to b? Is a equal to b in reality? Actually it's not, right? Because this is a number, this is a string, so these both are not equal. But if I run this, okay, if I run this, then what we can see, this is true, the last answer. C for the last answer, this is true, but this is not true, right? Why it is true? Because this is how JavaScript works. What JavaScript does, it will convert this string to a number on its own. Okay, and to stop that, what we can do is we can say, we can add a strict, oh sorry, my bad, console.log a equal to b. Okay, so now what it will do, now it will check the even data type, whether the data type of a is equal to of b or not. Okay, now if I run this, okay, now if I run this, then we get the answer as false. Okay, so this one is true, the second last one is true, and this is false. So that is the difference between double equal to and triple equal to. So this makes sure your data type is also same or not, and this just make sure your data is same or not. And if it is not, it will convert into appropriate one. Okay, and it will make it equal. Does that sounds good? Okay, So where are we now? We are into okay, we are into operators. Okay, so we learned 4 types of operator. One is logical operator, arithmetic operator, assignment operators, comparison operator. Okay, so let me do one thing. I want examples for this. So if I keep on typing, these are very fundamental, right? So what I will do, I will ask ChatGPT. So I will say, give me examples. If I can write examples for or below. Okay. Right. So and operator. So I think it is very big. Okay. So age equal to 25 and has license equal to true. So here we are checking age is greater than 18 and it means whenever there is and, then both has to be true. This has to be true and this has to be true. Right. So this is already true and this is also true because age is 25. 25 is greater than 18. That means the answer is true. Okay. So okay, if we discuss it, I think we will overshoot and there are many topics to cover, right? So I think I will give, okay, is it okay guys if I say that we are okay with the operators? If anybody has questions, we can still go ahead and check for that particular operator, but this is how our operators are, right? So logical operator, arithmetic operator, assignment operator, and comparison operator. Are we good with this? Okay, chalo, that's good. That's it. Our agenda is okay. Anybody has question? Please come up. Yuvraj. Yes, Yuvraj. What's your question?
No, sir.
No question. Okay, you raise your hand. Okay. Let's go for next topic. So what is our next topic? So operator conditional statement. Okay. So now in conditional statement, what kind of conditional statements we have? Okay. So what is conditional statement? Okay. See, we assign something, we have some value, then we saw operators, we are comparing it, right? So where this comparison will happen? So see, when we talk about conditional statement, I will next go ahead with conditional statements. Okay, so when we are talking about conditional statement, so particularly if we are talking about if else, okay, so there are I can say there are so if is a conditional statement. Okay, if, let's say, if condition and then followed condition, right? So this is one conditional statement. Okay, so see, if this is a condition, so if I say if a2 is, or I will say if a is equal to b, since a and b are defined here, I will say a is equal to b, I will say console log true. Okay, else, so okay, fine. So this is if statement and we are adding else. So we can have if statement on its own as well as we can have if else statement. Okay, so this is one statement. So this is if statement, this is if else statement, right? So if a is equal to b, type true, else false, right? If I want to add another condition to the same, okay, so if a is equal to b, okay, let me say what I can say here. Okay, so let's take example like, okay, so let's say common example. So common example like, let's say marks. Okay, so we have, okay, I should go ahead with marks equal to, let's say 50. Okay, and here I want to do like if marks are greater than 80, okay, greater than 80, then grade A. Okay, if greater than 80, or we will say 75, right? So 75, then grade A. Else, okay, right? So else if, so three ways. See, one is if, another is if else, and the next one is if, and here we have else if. Okay, so here we have more than two statements. Here we, how many conditions we have? One condition and two results. Okay, here there are more than one conditions, right? And those many results. So if marks are greater than 75, then grade A. If marks are greater than 60, then grade B. If marks are greater than 50, then grade C. Else, grade F. Okay. Okay. So this is my, this is, okay. I want answer from you guys. Now tell me, if I make it like this, if marks are greater than, I will say here 50, okay, just I'm replacing it, okay, and 75. Okay, now tell me, will this both give same answer? See, here if was there, here if I replaced it, I did it, here it was 75, then 60, then 50. Here I made first 75, okay, first 70. Oh, what happened? First 50, then 60, and then 75. So is there any difference? Is there any difference in this? Yeah, just give me a minute. You can think of it. Okay, sorry. Is there any difference? Yes. Guys, is there any difference in this both?
Yes. In first, we declare the marks is equal to 50.
Okay. This is let marks equal to 50. Okay. And here we are saying if marks are greater than 75, then we have this grade, then this grade, then this grade. And here, here I say mark equal to 50. So is it going to give the same answer? This is what I mean to say. If I run this code, okay, what will be the answer? If I run this code, what will be the answer? And why? If it is about the placement, okay, it is about the placement, but I would like to know the answer from it, from you guys. What is the difference between this? And why I have this particular example for you guys? This shows your programming mindset. Okay, this shows your programming mindset. Okay, guys. So, okay, tell me if marks are 50 and if I execute this, what will be the answer? It will go to first here, right? It will check first, marks are greater than 75. How much marks we have? 50, right? So will that go to grade A? No, right? Will that go to grade B? No, because greater than 50, greater than equal to 60, right? But how many marks we have? We have 50, right? Now it will go to this, and now it will, what result we will get? We will get this as a grade C, correct? Grade C will be printed, right? If I go to this program, here as well, we have marks, same marks equal to 50, right? But here it will go to first condition. Means how it is traversing. Just understand how it is traversing. It will start, it will start from the first and it will go line by line next, right? If it matches, then it will just it will just print it, and it will not go to next statement. But now here marks are greater than 50, answer is true, right? because this 50 and this 50 are equal and equal to and greater to. That means it will print grade A. Is grade A correct answer? Okay, let me say if it is 75, marks are 75, or I will say 70. So now in this case, now what will be the answer for this? Is that greater than 75? No. Then it will move to next. Is this greater than 77, 60? Yes. That means grade B will be printed. Correct? But here, is the 70 value greater than 50? Yes. And immediately grade A will be printed. It will not move forward. Right? But what we need grade B because it is greater than 70, greater than 60, and less than 75. And that's how, see, program is almost same lines, okay, but your programming mindsets makes it difference. Okay, I want you guys to analyze this example when we get in the next session. Okay, fine. So okay, one more thing we missed. It is like we have if else. So it will be like if this condition it's okay, then it will print this, else it will go next. So here it will be like if this condition satisfies, then print this, else it will check for the next. If not, it will check for next. If not, it will go for else. So this is else if, this is if else, and this is if. And we have one more that is nothing but switch. Okay, why it's not giving me answer? Yes, switch. Okay, so switch. So case again. See this one, and okay, so here it has to be marks is 75. Okay, I think okay, I think okay, there is a small mistake. Let me check it. Okay, convert below to switch statement. Right. So mark 75 switch true. Okay. Particularly means this example is not suitable for actual switch. Okay. So because see here marks equal to 75, and here again we are having this comparison. Okay. So instead of that, I will say if it is Monday, then if it is case wise, right? So day, case Monday, Friday. So on Monday we are going to, let's say today is Tuesday, right? So if I say Tuesday, we are going to have AI Playwright class. If it's Wednesday, we are going to have agentic AI class. Okay, so that matches with the switch case. But what is switch case? So switch case is particularly whatever is our value, it goes over here, and then we have case. So with each case, it will compare. So this value, does that compare with this? It's if it is true, then this will be printed. Okay, and then okay, let me copy this example. Okay, our next case is switch case. So this is not good example. This let me just remove this. Okay, so let Monday start of the week, Friday end of the week, and weekend is near, and default normal day. So if it is Monday, we will say week is starting. If the value of day is changing, let's say Tuesday, then it will say it's a normal day. Wednesday, normal day. Thursday, it's a normal day. But if it is a Friday, again it will say weekend is near. Okay, does that make sense? Does this switch statement make sense? Right? Okay. Okay, fine. So this is about the switch. So here it is about if statement marks. Okay, let's do one thing, guys. Okay, so we'll do one thing. Okay, so because we talk more about other things, I will say let's stop It's already more than 9:35. It's already we crossed 9:30, so it is 9:42 now. So and actually these 2 hours we dedicated for this all 6 topics, and I don't want to go in a hurry for these topics. Okay, these are important: loops, functions, arrays, objects. These are important, and there are many interview questions which are with respect to this. Okay, and I want to have detailed discussions about this. So let me merge these topics with the day 2, that is day after tomorrow. Okay, so we'll continue these topics on day after tomorrow. We'll cover this. Okay, since I think first hour was we were discussing what our roadmap, what we are going to learn, and we took all inputs from your end, right? So that's the reason. Actually, it was not planned, but there was few requests from you guys to discuss on it. So I got to invest my time over here, but that is fine. Okay, so these 4 topics we will cover in day 2, and we will easily cover both them. Okay, so I think we are good with this. I will stop recording. Okay, and then we can have a question answers.